Hey guys, hope you guys are all doing well. Kelsey and I have been waiting to do this video for a while actually. We've been wanting to talk about something that has been laying on our shoulder for some time. Basically we have been trying to be pregnant again for the past 3 years.
Yeah.
And yeah, where should we start? Should we start with Stormer? Should we start by the fact that we had some difficulties conceiving Stormer?
Yeah.
We had some difficulties getting pregnant with him.
Yeah.
I mean, how long exactly was it? How long of a process was it until you actually became pregnant with Stormer?
Pretty much, it was almost 2 years from the time I went off of birth control to the time that we got pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was 2 years.
It was in reality, isn't crazy.
It's not that bad, but when you are wanting to fall pregnant, it feels like a lifetime. And every time you're, waiting in the month to see if you're pregnant and you're peeing on pregnancy tests and ovulation tests, and it feels like a lifetime, 2 years. It does.
Yeah. And well, the reason for this video is just we want to talk about the difficulty sometimes with couples of being pregnant. We know a lot of couples that go through that. A lot of many people. And we had some difficulties with Stormer. We actually did an IVF process with him. We did that in Poland.
Yeah, and that was that was almost 2 years after we started trying. We went to Poland and we did IVF, and unfortunately it failed. And I wasn't expecting to have such strong emotions and feelings. Like when we were going into that, I was like, yep, if it works, awesome. If it doesn't work, it's fine. We'll try again. Like this was my thoughts going into it, but then
it affected you very heavily. I remember that.
Yeah.
You were very disappointed. You were heartbroken and just basically broken.
I was like depressed for like weeks afterwards, and
I remember you telling me, "I'm done. I'm not going to try anymore." You were just gave up.
It just hit me a lot harder than I thought it was going to. It was Christmas time, and I really wanted it to work. I wanted to tell, we were in Canada that Christmas, I wanted to tell my family that we were expecting. I didn't tell anybody that we were doing the IVF. I think just my sister knew, one of my sisters knew.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to tell the family, and I just thought, like I said, going into it, it was, if it doesn't work, whatever, we'll do it again. Then when Christmas came and you're really hormonal, it's very hard on a woman's body. You're taking all of these hormones for weeks to try to produce more eggs, and then a hormone to force you to ovulate, hormones to stop you from ovulating when you're trying to make the eggs. Then they have to take the eggs from you. You are waiting at the edge of your seat to see how many eggs are going to make it, if any of them will be fertilized. Then you have to do the transfer, and after the transfer, you have to take more hormones. So it's a very hormonal process as well. And yeah, I was really sad. Like I was very, very sad. I didn't think I would take it how I did, but I was like crying, and it was like telling my family that I had done it and that it didn't work was really hard. And then I remember when we came home, I was like literally in a depressed state for weeks. I was just like not wanting to go to the gym. I was just on the sofa watching TV all day long for weeks.
But then obviously, as you guys know, we have Stormer.
Yeah.
We were very blessed with the fact that
we were
literally
so lucky.
The month later, we got pregnant naturally.
We were extremely lucky. Like it's funny because like you said, I had given up after that. I was like, I do not want to go through that again. Like it was way worse on me emotionally than I thought it was going to be. Yeah. And I remember telling Hafthor, I'm not going to do it again. I just want to focus on social media, training, progressing myself in other areas. And so in my mind, we were not trying anymore. And then that's when we got pregnant. I think that maybe the IVF did help. All those hormones maybe helped me to like fix some hormonal issue that I was having. I'm not sure.
Yep, could have helped.
You also were off of Strongman for 6 months.
Completely, off everything.
Completely, yeah. For, I think you had started training again in end of November because you were going to do the Arnold Classic.
Yep.
And in January we got pregnant. But for a man, what affects your fertility is what you're doing 3 months earlier. So what you're doing 3 months before is what's going to affect your count and everything.
Yeah.
3 months later.
Yeah.
So I think just the stars aligned and we weren't thinking about it. We were having fun because when you're trying to get pregnant, the fun goes out of it. Everything is so
scheduled.
monotonous.
You're trying to time everything.
Yeah.
You're ovulating now we need to have sex now.
Yeah.
So it definitely is different. Mm-hmm. And after you decided you didn't want to try anymore, I think that excitement came back in.
Yeah.
We just doing
having
things,
fun
doing
and
things
not
naturally.
thinking about it.
Yeah.
And yeah, we were very lucky and blessed to be able to get pregnant naturally the month after the failed IVF. Like this does not happen for a lot of people. And I mean, personally, we know people in our family who have tried to do IVF, you know, over 5 times and it has failed every time.
Yeah.
So it's like, I couldn't imagine doing it that many times. I can kind of put myself in those shoes because I've done it and I felt those emotions and I felt the disappointment, but I just couldn't imagine that many times. So we were very, very lucky. So going back to now, again, since we had Stormer, we were not doing anything to prevent getting pregnant.
Yep.
At all. So it's been almost 3 years.
Yeah, actually more trying, you know, we're more trying. We want to expand our family. That's like been our goal. We want
we weren't protecting.
Yes.
Is what I was trying to say.
Yes.
We weren't protecting against falling pregnant for
we've been trying, like literally for 3 years.
Yeah.
Nothing happening. We tried another IVF.
Yeah. So,
which you want to talk about?
Yeah. In May, we decided to go ahead and do an egg retrieval. So again, lots of, you know, injections for me, a lot of things that I'm injecting to create eggs and to stop myself from ovulating. We did the egg retrieval in May. We were lucky enough to get 11 eggs. And then you're in that process where you're waiting to see how many get fertilized. Then we were told that, okay, 5 were fertilized. Then you have to wait a certain amount of days to see how many of those 5 make it.
Survive, yeah.
It is so much anxiety, honestly. Like, you're so stressed for these 5 days.
Yeah.
Then on day 5, I got a call saying none of them were
looking as good as they should, so they had to delay everything.
Yeah, so they said, we're gonna wait 1 more day and see. We have 1 that we're looking at, and we will see if it is where
it not. This one.
So then for 24 hours, I'm like shitting my pants, and I'm like, thinking, what are we gonna do next? Is this
gonna like work? Is this one fertilized egg gonna hold on for us?
And also, it's like, okay, if this doesn't work, this is the 1 egg, which means we have to do it again. We have to do the whole process all over again. All the hormones, the injections, the retrieval, which that's the hardest part. Honestly, that's the hardest part. The transfer was, for me at least, the easiest part. The actual retrieval of the eggs is the hardest part. But yeah, we were lucky that 1 egg made it and they froze it for us. So we had a viable 6-day embryo.
And a month later?
A month later, on my next cycle, we decided to go ahead with the transfer. And we were lucky enough
that it became successful.
That it was successful. So
and Kelsey, my beautiful wife, is currently how many weeks?
18 weeks pregnant.
18 weeks pregnant. And you could not be more blessed.
Oh my goodness, it was so...
You could not be more happy.
Literally, we were so... After going through a failed IVF, I had not pretty much zero hope for this one. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I'm not putting any hope into it because I didn't want to feel those that disappointment again. I didn't want to feel like so shattered again. So I just didn't put any hope into it, really. I when I was doing it, I was thinking in my head, this isn't gonna work, literally.
But yeah, guys, so super exciting news. We are pregnant, and couldn't be more excited. Family's growing bigger.
Yeah. So we're due.
She's not gonna bother. She's not gonna know the sex this time around, so that's a bummer.
He thinks it's a bummer. I think it's exciting because it's like the biggest surprise you'll ever have in your life.
Yeah,
so,
sure. Yeah, that's true.
And you know, we don't know if we'll have a third. So with Stormer, we found out because we had to purchase everything for a baby. Now we have everything for a baby, so we don't need to purchase
we have everything
anything.
for a boy.
If it's a girl, then obviously I get to go shopping. Yay!
So now we're just buying neutral colors.
Yeah,
basically. But yeah, that's the news, guys. We are pregnant. We are over the moon, happy, blessed, thankful. Couldn't be more happy. And we just wanted to share those news with you guys.
We wanted to share the journey as well to show, like, you know, it's not always easy to start a family, and
talk about the difficulties as well.
Yeah.
Because there are many people out there that deal with those difficulties.
And much more so than we did, you know?
Oh yeah, 100%.
And it was hard enough going through one failed round and then having to do a second time not knowing.
Yeah.
We'll also include in the description some resources if you are going through IVF and you're having a hard time. What you can
do to help.
Yeah, just like if you need support or something, we'll include these resources in the description. Absolutely,
but I think that's the video. I just want to say thank you so much, guys. If you got it all the way here to listen, we appreciate you guys.
That was a lot of talking.
That was a lot of talking, so thank you if you got it to this point. And yeah.
I think that is by far the most what am I trying to say? Personal video we've ever done. Yeah,
I think so. Literally. Maybe we need to do another video where we will announce the name.
Yeah, but that won't happen until they're born.
After the baby, obviously. Yeah. Sure, because we need to know the sex first. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Appreciate you all. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, and we'll catch you guys next time. Peace and love. Kjell and Hafthor.